So for my final project, I've written up a little script. I'm going to try to use it as much as possible, but I can't promise anything because, well, I get off topic really easily. Um, I'm just sitting in my room. That's Andrew. You know him. He promised me he'd be quiet, but I can't promise anything. Anyway, I'm sitting in my room. I felt like now is the best time to do this reflection because we're done with class. It's the last day. Time to reflect back on my thing. So for my final project, I decided to focus on a place where I spent a lot of time, which is down at Port d'Orléans, just down the street from us. Since the first day here, I've absolutely loved it, and how busy it is. It really reminds me of like these larger city centers that I've been to in Europe. There's just a lot going on. It's a lot of fun. It has my favorite bakery in the city, which is great because I just go down and get fresh bread and pain au chocolat whenever I want to, and sometimes a few extra treats like truffles or something delicious like that because I'm fat and I like it. Um, the people are always really friendly and they're willing to help me with my French when I need the extra practice, which is really nice because my French was awful when I got here. When I first went down there, I was really overwhelmed by this whole Port d'Orléans thing. It was busy, it was crazy, and I was like, how am I going to navigate this, bunch of streets and people that I don't understand? Um, but I kind of knew with all the shops and with everything that I could do there that it would end up being really influential during my time in Paris. Port d'Orléans has really seen so much growth in my abilities in France and my abilities in French. The first day I was here, I walked in and I kind of fumbled my way through an order of bread, and people looked at me really weird, and I felt awful about it. Now I go in there, I'm really comfortable. My French is a lot better, and people understand me, and they get to know me. They know my face, and they know how I talk, and they're able to understand me better, which is great. So Port d'Orléans has really seen both sides of me. Um, it's also really a place where I found the idea of slowing down and enjoying my time in Paris. I have a friend from high school that's been here in Paris since January. She kind of messaged me on the first day, and she's like, "You're in Paris?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, we should meet up. You're at the Cité. There's a park right across the street. We can go hang out there for a couple hours." And at first, the American in me was like, "A couple hours at a park? Like, what are we gonna do for a couple hours?" But we kind of went there, and I was just kind of sitting in this park talking to her about like people that we knew and what we had been up to since I saw her last, and I just looked around and I was like, this is really nice. It gives me a chance to like decompress and enjoy the things that are around me, which is fantastic. I feel really bad that Americans don't appreciate the parks that they have. I have a park right near my house where I live in Rochester, and it hardly gets used by anyone. I hardly use it except for the occasional run or if I'm going to go play rugby with friends or something like that. Other than that, I don't go down to it. I don't have a reason to. But everyone in Paris, it seemed, was out in that park that day. They were just sitting around and enjoying the sights, the sounds, their family, what was really important in their life, and I thought that was really cool. But if anything that I'm most grateful for in Orléans, it's the number of cafes. Obviously, I'm really into writing. I really enjoy it. I always found this idea of writing in a cafe in Paris to be super romantic. So I kind of decided to make that dream a reality on like the first or second week here. And I knew that I wouldn't have to go any farther than Port d'Orléans. And I really wasn't disappointed at all. I found this quiet cafe. I sank into a corner table. I ordered my first coffee. Rosiski was there with me. And I got to work. And it was exactly how I imagined it, only it was so much better because the creative juices were flowing and the coffee was really good and the people were really nice, and I really like what I wrote. I was working on an Eschelbacher paper. I got a good grade on it. I was very happy with myself. And it was just kind of this magical experience where it went from a dream to reality, and it was really special to me. So, in conclusion, Port d'Orléans to me embodies this idea of Paris. It has so much to offer, so many ethnicities and businesses to choose from, coupled with great relaxation and food. But it's still really French. I go down there and I'm like, oh wow, this is so French. French restaurants, bakeries, tabacs, whatever. It's got everything. It's always gonna have a very special place in my heart. From my first days to my last, I've enjoyed it. I know I'm gonna remember it, and I hope that I get back to France and Paris sometime and I get to come down here and it's just the same. that's really all I have to say about it. It's 5 minutes and 3 seconds right now. I've loved it. This program has been fantastic, and I hope I come back. So I'll see you guys later.